but you're having to put your faith in God and what St. Jude does.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is working to end childhood cancer. I recently visited the hospital in Memphis to meet patient families and staff and learned what makes St. Jude unlike any other hospital. It's our story of hope. This is Tyler now, and here's Tyler in 2014.
My name is Tyler. I have leukemia.
In 2012, doctors at St. Jude treated Tyler's 9-year-old cousin for pediatric melanoma. And just a few months later, 6-year-old Tyler was sick.
He was falling asleep in class, waking up with these extreme arm and leg pains and night sweats to the point that his sheets were just soaked.
Tyler's mom, Michelle, says doctors dismissed his pain and fatigue for months. She finally took him to the emergency room, and they wound up at St. Jude.
It was shocking. I mean, I think I went into just kind of a frozen state, like I was just there. I didn't hear or comprehend what people were saying. In my mind, all I could think was, they saved my niece's life, they have to save his.
A diagnosis of acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which led to nearly 3 years of treatment.
It's terrifying because you're looking at your child, you're listening to a doctor you don't know, but you're having to put your faith in God and what St. Jude does. For me, that was scary because we know the reality of cancer, and we know not everybody survives. And a nurse came over and she was, talking to my husband and I, and she said, "Do you know anything about your doctor?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, that's Dr. Pui." She said, "He's one of the #1 leading researchers in the world for leukemia." And in that moment, that frightening, terrified feeling I had was calm. I was like, okay, we're in the best hands in the world. So for 2 years and 7 months, our life was filled with chemo and spinal taps and bone marrow and occupational therapy and physical therapy and all the things that go along with chemo.
As he recovered, doctors said contact sports were out of the question. So Tyler started running. He ran all the way through high school and has completed several half marathons and a full marathon as a St. Jude Hero for Hope.
Last year he turned 18, and I thought, you know what, it's been 12 years and it is a bump in the road and a thing of the past. But I think it's helped shape him into who he is today and the young man that he's becoming. And the young man that I know who's driven and is going to do great things in life. I don't know what they're going to be, but I know he's going to make that mark.
St. Jude also saved Tyler's cousin. She's 22 and healthy now. Tyler goes back to St. Jude for scans every year, and Michelle says her family will always give back to the hospital that saved his life. You can support the life-saving work at St. Jude Children's Hospital, and you could win a brand new home. Tickets are going fast in the Tulsa St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. $100 gives you the chance to win this beautiful brand new home Epic Custom Homes is building in Stone Canyon in Owasso. Call 1-800-853-1470 or go to fox23.com and click on St. Jude Dream Home at the top to reserve your ticket now before they sell out.